Hey Eurovision fans, Adonxs will represent Czechia in Eurovision 2025 with his song Kiss Kiss Goodbye. I'm going to listen back to the music video, give you my analysis of the song, the artist and the staging, see if this can qualify and what it could do in the Eurovision final. So, let's kiki. Hi, my name is Tom, I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So Czechia decided to go for an internal selection this year after previously using ESCZ, which was their national final, which often was one of the first ones we had in the season. So a little bit sad that we lost that national final. We have plenty of national finals though to fill in the gaps this year. This is one of the busiest, but still really great to see. It was worth it because we've got a fabulous artist in Adonxs representing for Czechia this year. When he was announced, I did a video doing a deep dive into who he was. I'll give you a quick summary of that now. He's actually from Slovakia. So he's 29 years old. He was born in Myjava, which is north of Bratislava near the Czech border. And my understanding is that he was keeping an eye out to see were Slovakia going to come back to the contest. There were rumors that they were possibly going to return this year or next year, but because of their current government, it's not going to happen. I think probably at that point he decided, okay, I'm just going to go in with Czechia instead. Although interestingly, if he does do really, really well this year, maybe that could get the wheels turning a little bit. You know, if he qualifies and gets top 10 or top 5, I think the higher up the result he gets, it puts a little bit more pressure or a little bit more interest on Slovakia returning to the contest. So he's a man on a mission. He definitely has the potential to influence an entire country potentially returning to the contest. So I'm supporting him for that reason alone. So his name Adonxs came from a drag name persona. I believe he has the X because it makes it easier to search for him. If he was Adonxs with an I think you just get the regular Adonxs showing up. So I think that's search engine optimization. We stand a Google king. He got a modeling contract when he was 16 and then he won Superstar, which is the Czech and Slovak idol, which is done together. And it's not done every year because they don't have enough people. I think they do it basically every 2 or 3 years. And he won that. So we get lots of people from these X Factor and The Voice type shows, but they not always are a winner. He went the full way. He did an interview with Wee Blogs where he talked about he was in a songwriting camp. He'd already written 4 songs for Eurovision, decided to write a 5th. And that was the magic one, which was Kiss Kiss Goodbye. He described it as cheeky, uncompromising, and it's going to have some dancing and self-confidence. So I think we might be getting a male dance break this year, which we don't usually get that often. The last one we had Yama May from Romania in 22. We also had Luca Hani in 2019, but they're super, super rare. This year, it looks like we're getting 3, Kyle Alessandro and Theo Evans. So it's the year of the male dance break. I love it. That representation is absolutely fabulous. We need to get more men dancing. And he said the song is varied. It doesn't fit under a single genre. I have to admit, Kiss Kiss Goodbye, it reminds me a little bit of Miss Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Was that it? What was that German song called? Miss Kiss Kiss Bang from Germany in 2009, which is one of my favorite German Eurovision songs ever, I swear to God. In any case, hype for this is being really, really huge. He did an acoustic version in the Malta Song Contest, I believe. Was it? Yes. Which got a really, really, really great response. I didn't listen to it because I wanted to keep myself super fresh for this review. I've heard absolutely nothing. I've had 0 spoilers. I've been living in my little Czechia shell. I would love Czechia to have a great result. One of the countries who've never won before, who I think could do it in the next couple of years. They've got that naughty edge. They do something a little bit different with their staging and their song selection. And I think that eventually is going to come lane in a win. Super passionate delegation as well, who work really, really, really hard. I'm always rooting for Czechia. Last year they came 11th in their semi-final. It would be great for them to come back and qualify and get a really good result straight away. I'm reacting to the music video today. I will show as much of the original audio and visuals as I'm allowed to. If I need to make changes, I'll put it up onto my Patreon. So close to 20,000 subscribers. Please help me out. Subscribe down below. It's free. Thank you very much. Okay, this is really exciting. I've been waiting for this for ages. I've been such a good boy not listening to the acoustic version. I wanted to. It came up on my feed a lot of times and I resisted. This is Adonxs singing Kiss Kiss Goodbye, 1 and number sticker bang. Come on, Adonxs. Do it for Slovakia and Czechia. Oh, he's getting his cardio in. Gotta get your cardio in on the Eurovision stage. Okay, so we're getting a full-ass concept here. He's doing his VO2 max. Ooh, very cinematic. It's giving me a little bit of the Americans. We're getting a little bit of 80s Soviet vibe. Ooh, very Bondy. Beautiful voice. He's a baritone, I believe. Oh, I love that goodbye and the O's are hugging. Oh, that's super grandiose and epic. It has a real Riviera Bond Casino Royale feel. Lovely. And we get a story in the music video. He's acting his ass off. Love it. Beautiful build up so far. This sounds like a Bond song. 100%. That beautiful, mysterious siren song in the build up to the chorus. Oh, yeah. Oh, lovely. That's got a seriousness to it, but it's also got a bit of a bop as well. He's going to be great on camera now. He knows how to work his face. He used to be a model. Not huge growth into the second verse, but I'm super intrigued. It sounds different. It's got an editorial feel. This is Vogue, the song. That's a lovely, dreamy part. I'll watch the music video better on my second listen. I love his moustache as well. Bit of Freddie Mercury. Okay, second chorus. Yeah, I love that choir. Really lovely. It sounds really deluxe. Beautiful production. Expensive. A little bit different for Czechia as well, actually. Oh, bitch. Yeah, I was dancing. Yes, queen. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that coming in nowhere. Oh, I love this choreography as well. It's giving me a little bit of gay culture, but these are some cute new moves. She's checking. Are you okay after that dance break? It's really fun. It felt a little bit random, like out of nowhere, but I was shocked in a good way. Building up hopefully a big climax with some beautiful ad-libs, please. I love the 80s, 70s styling with these old school computers. Wow, oh, look at that effect. That's so gorgeous. Oh, is this going back to his childhood? Oh, that's stunning visuals. Wow, my God. What an incredible ending. That's going to be something on stage. I think now he's written this song with, okay, we're going to do something wow. Then I think a lot of people are looking at what Nemo did and how they had such a special moment spinning on the disc and saying, okay, we need our 30-second wow moment. You know, Nemo didn't invent that, but it's very impactful to have these change-ups. We had that with Finland has that this year, and so does Austria. And these are all songs that are in contention to win. They're thinking, okay, what is going to be our standout wow moment where we do a little bit of a change-up, something really crazy. That ending was really super wow. When we were spinning around him with this incredible fact, it did look like it was AI generated, but it looked like we were going through his memories of him growing up from a young boy growing up through adolescence. So that was really, really, really crazy ending. Okay, what are my first impressions of the song? It sounds very expensive. It sounds editorial. It sounds very classical, high quality. When I say Riviera, it gives me that the south of France and the like the San Remo coast feel. High society, fashion, really Casino Royale. That's one of the key reference points that I was picking up. Had a real Bond feel. Bond songs usually have that twangy guitar. You didn't have that, but it was the kind of like seriousness, the kind of suit, classy put together. That's why it made me think of Bond. And also I think the music video as well, because it felt like, if you don't know the Americans, it is like a spy show set in the like 70s, 80s. I was really getting that feel as well. I wonder if he likes that TV show. The song is wonderful. I want to listen to it a couple more times. It felt more like an experience, like it had deeper things going on lyrically and the feels of it, as opposed to just like a real basic pop song with a catchy melody. It didn't feel like that. But I also love how different this is for Czechia. I can't really think of another of their entries which fits in. They really do their own thing. This what I'm saying is that they've got that X factor, that they're going to win the contest eventually, because they aren't formulaic and their entries every year, I just don't know what to expect. I do feel like they can go into this kind of harder, edgier stuff, a little bit risky. That is their brand, but it doesn't always sound the same. It's more like a theme of their entries as opposed to always sounding a pop girly. Cyprus are amazing, but they always will send a beautiful pop girlier boy. That's what they do. Czechia are a little bit more unpredictable, and I think that's one of their strengths. I'm actually going to go for my second listen now, before I talk about staging. Gosh, yes, that's a really wonderful song. It's so elegant. Very classy, very elegant. It's interesting how the dance break comes in. Yeah, that's a wonderful song. I will definitely download that. I think that will probably make it into my top 10. It might even make it up a little bit higher. I need to look through the lyrics and give it a couple of listens first. I think it needs to grow on me. I love how sophisticated it is. What a wonderful song. And it feels autobiographical. I can't wait to dig into the lyrics a little bit more. Let's do that now. Shout out to Eurovision World for always having these lyrics ready. Kiss, kiss, goodbye. Blow me a kiss goodbye. Don't want my tears to dry. One kiss of love, one kiss of desperation. In a moment, two of us collide. There's no other place to hide. Only one survives when the night arrives. There's some beautiful assonance here. Will you be my ride or die? A little bit hard to pick out what he's talking about there. It does sound quite poetic and a little bit ambiguous. You seem so holy, it almost fooled me. Truly when you said you loved me, it almost moved me. So sounding like a slightly unrequited love. Let's keep reading more. This is quite mysterious. Kiss, kiss, goodbye. Now keep your half apologies. Drunken apathy over and over again. Kiss, kiss. Okay, feels like a lover who was not giving him appropriate attention, taking him for granted possibly. Caught emotion, you're wearing me out. Tainted devotion, heart on the ground. Only one survives when the night arrives. Will you be my ride or die? So it doesn't sound like he's dumping this person. It sounds like giving in an ultimatum of sort. You're taking me for granted. What's it going to be? And then until the ending. So yeah, these are interesting lyrics. Definitely provocative. I would like to see an interview with him to like get an explanation of what it is, because it doesn't sound super direct in what it's talking about. It sounds to me like unrequited love or someone taking him for granted, but could be a little bit more deeper than that. That doesn't seem to pair with what was happening in the music video. Let's talk about the staging and the music video as a combination. Watching back the second time, I could appreciate the music video a lot more. At the start, they're talking about him being a time traveler going forward 100 years, and then it looks like he gets poisoned when he's on the treadmill. He starts dancing because he got poisoned, and then he decides to go back in time 23 years. So he's 29, so he wants to go back to when he was 6. So maybe there's an element of this song of wanting to give advice to his former self or to redo things, like redo his life. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not able at this point in time to marry up the lyrics and the music video. The music video was absolutely wonderful though. One thing I'll say is that the dance break doesn't feel congruent at this point in time. It feels like we've got this kind of Bond song, very sophisticated, very beautiful, and then we go into, I love it, but I do feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are like, what the hell just happened? Where did this come from? Keep in mind as well, I kind of knew he was going to do a dance break because I watched some of his old videos. I know his background. I know that's something that he'd want to interject. I really do think with the staging, they need to make it congruent. It needs to feel like a natural transition into a dance break. Maybe introduce some foreshadowing earlier on in the performance that he wants to dance, and maybe someone's stopping him, because then it doesn't just feel like we're in Bond territory and now James Bond is dancing. Why is James Bond dancing? This doesn't seem to make sense. As opposed to if, let's say in the first 30 seconds, he goes to dance and someone grabs him and stops him. There you set the foreshadowing for, okay, well, I'm going to dance later because I'm going to break away from you. So something like that can just make it flow a little bit better, because otherwise I think it's going to lose a bit of authenticity if it's just this sudden transition. I love the dance break, by the way. I love the choreography, and it's some of these dance moves that are feeling like waves. I love the female dancer with her mullet, her hairstyle. I'm completely obsessed with that. It looks very different as a dance break from the kind of very pop choreography dance breaks that we tend to get in Eurovision. So there's a real cool new style of dancing here, and it feels like it's influenced from kind of like Drag Race. There's a couple of LGBT plus influence here as well. So I really, really love that. I love the dance break bringing it. Just make it feel part of the total performance and not just this random segment that's being put in. But the music video was incredible. Beautiful cinematography, beautiful mood setting, world creation. His acting was great. I love these subtitles. I even love the font when we got the little bits of text. That ending 30 seconds just looked totally smart. And those people who really hate AI art, it's a big controversial topic. I'm not going to get into it now, but that did look incredible when we're going through his memories from when he was 6 up to whatever age he was. I wonder, is this actually, I'm just rereading the lyrics, is this possibly an ode to a parent? Is he going back to try and talk to his father or something like that? There is an ambiguity with the lyrics. I think we do probably need him to clear it up, but that's also a nice thing with lyrics as well, is that you can interpret your own meaning and make it more personal to you. So staging wise, love the mood, love the color palette, love the drama. So many great emotions there. One of my favorite music videos of the year. It looks like he can act, he can dance. He's such a triple, quadruple, quintuple threat. Hoping they bring that editorial feel to the stage, make the dance break fit in naturally. Dancers are great there. Love them, and I love their styling as well. This is so exciting because this has got great potential. Now obviously they need to convert that onto the Eurovision stage. They need to bring this classiness that I felt, this storytelling, this emotion, because it does feel very different from everybody else. Most of them. I do feel like JJ is actually bringing some beautiful storytelling as well, and also some drama. There's a little bit of an overlap here in terms of mood and color palette and this raw emotion. JJ's staging is going to be done by Sergio Jaén. I don't know who's doing Czechia's staging, But Czechia's staging is usually wonderful. I think that they do something very, very edgy. I think they are using artistic directors and it's working very well for them. So I can't think of a time where Czechia had a really, really great entry and flopped with their staging. You know, like Lake Malawi staging was super cool, very different. They got totally done over by the running order because they came second in their semi-final. They should have been given much, much better running order than, I think they were third in the final. They should have been later. Benny Cristo, that whole thing was confusing. I'm not sure what happened. I feel like someone kind of just gave up at some point. And Vesna's staging looked absolutely incredible after having lots of nerves that they wouldn't be able to deliver. And then the staging was stunning. Aiko's stunning was staging. Aiko's staging was stunning. We Are Domi's staging looks super cool as well. So Czechia just need to keep doing what they're doing, which is giving dark, edgy editorialness, which is different from everybody else. So stick with the same team that they've had for the last couple of years because it's been great. And that last 30 seconds is going to be key. It feels like they've written that with something happening on stage. Something's happening to him. It's a whirlwind. He's being torn apart or rebuilt or something. I can just imagine he's on a pedestal and there's dancers wrapping him up in bandages or unwrapping him or something. There's some sort of metamorphosis or transformation into his final form. He's evolving from Charmander into Charmeleon and then finally into Charizard. So I want to see that evolution on stage. I want to know, why is Charmeleon dancing? I don't just want Charmeleon to start dancing because somebody's commanded him to. I want this to be super effective, not very effective. But yeah, that could be a really, really wow moment. And then he's singing at the end there is absolutely stunning as well. So that could be the wow thing. Same wow thing I was talking about JJ, where you grab people's attention in the last 30 seconds and leave that incredible last impression in their brains just before they're about to go into deciding who they're going to vote. So this has definitely got potential to win. There's lots of ifs though. They've got to convert everything onto the stage. Costume wise, I trust he's going to be bringing his high fashion. I'd love to see some sort of a costume reveal or evolution, whether he takes something off or puts something on. Lighting, give me dark and sultry. I trust Czechia with the staging. They're not going to mess this up. I think they're aware as well that this is their best opportunity to win since Miklas Josef. So can this qualify? Yes, definitely this should and can qualify. Like even with Aiko last year, they came 11th and I thought that that was a weaker package. This feels super strong. So I think that this definitely should be qualifying. Czechia are in the second half of the second semi-final. So they are in the same semi-final as JJ. I still think it's different enough. You know, he's got a tiny bit of an operatic feel at the end. There is a little bit of an overlap here. I'm going to be real, but I think that both of them are going to be safely through just from the quality of the artist and the quality of the song. So I do feel like, yeah, he can definitely come top 3 in the semi-final if they get things right. Second half as well gives you an 11% better chance of qualification. This definitely should be qualifying from semi-final number 2. What could it potentially do in the final? This has appeal on both sides. It's got jury appeal, it's got televote appeal. I think this can do really well with both. Maybe a little bit stronger with the jury because it does have that classiness and quality to it. He's got a really strong vocal. But then I think the danciness, if done well, and the kind of risk, I think the televote likes that. First of all, Czechia should be aiming to get top 10 again, which they're pretty good at doing. Miklas Josef came 6th, Lake Malawi came 11th. They would have been top 10 if they'd been given a better running order, which they deserved. Vesna came 10th. So 3 top 11 finishes in the last 6 years. Czechia are no strangers to being in that top. Let's go further. Let's take this to get their best result ever, coming top 5. Winning Eurovision, you need a little bit of luck. I do feel like JJ and this stand on each other's toes a little bit. If they end up being very different in the end, you know, JJ's not going to do a dance break, so the dance break actually is going to set him apart. But like winning Eurovision is a lot about who you just happen to be against in the final. You know, if Loreen had been up against Nemo, they would have just absolutely juried each other out and potentially neither of them would have won. The televote winner might have won. So it's just luck sometimes who you're up against. But this has the ingredients to win. I'm putting this in my pile with Austria, Finland, Australia, and Netherlands. This is the nice juicy pile. I like that there's 5 people in this pile and a couple more internal selections. I think people are very optimistic about France as well. So there could be 6 or 7 people in my pile of potential winners by the end. These are songs which have the X factor, which I think that if all things go really, really well, they get a little bit of luck, could be in the running to win. So really fabulous. He's definitely an artist who has the quality. Also the fact that he was on Czech and Slovak Superstar. He's got lots of TV experience and that's really going to help out with the nerves. He sounds really, really confident in the interviews that I've seen with him because confidence is going to be key in the poise to deliver this really, really well. Okay, speaking of winning, let's see where he is in the Eurovision odds. And we can see that he's sitting at 10th, which is not a bad place to sit. Czechia have been as high as 7th. This was a little bit of an odd one though, because we had the acoustic version of the song, and then the song audio was released, and the music video was a little bit after it, so it's kind of been staggered in a while. So a little bit hard to know, has it really moved down or not, but it's remaining in the top 10. I'm just looking on a couple of websites where you can bet against people. It looks like a couple of people have bet against it. Yeah, top 10 on the odds is not a bad place to be at all. And, you know, whether this can win or not is going to come down to a lot of decisions that Adonxs and the Czech delegation make in the next 2 months. So I really, really wish them luck. It would be fabulous to have a new winner. They are currently the highest ranked country who's never won Eurovision before in 10th. Cyprus are in 11th. At this point in time, Malta are in 14th. Australia are in 16th. So I would love to have another new winner. Our last new winner was Portugal. Imagine Eurovision Prague. Oh, the debauchery. It would be so much fun. And I think it would be really good to have a country from Eastern Europe win, which hasn't happened in way, way, way too long. We've had way too many in Western and Northern Europe recently. We need to have one in Eastern Europe just to like get representation, and also to get a lot of those countries back and have a cheaper Eurovision as well. I don't think Prague is super cheap, but you know, it's cheaper than the UK and Sweden, let's put it that way. And finally, let's have a look at the Eurovision scoreboard. And this is in 9th place. And we don't usually associate male artists with more serious songs to do well in the Eurovision scoreboard, which is why it's really surprising that JJ is in 1st place. That's really incredible. This is a great starting point for Czechia in 9th. Fingers crossed that they can convert it and get this across the line. Okay, that's what I thought about Adonxs singing Kiss Kiss Goodbye. What did you think? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you to those who've been supporting me on PayPal and buying me coffee. If you think that I need an espresso macchiato, I'll leave a QR code for you here and a link in the description. And of course, thank you to all my wonderful patrons for patronizing me from all around the world. On my Patreon, you can get the original audio and visuals. You can get some early releases. You can be the credits. You can support the channel. Go check it out if you're a fan. But of course, thank you so much just for being here. And I'll see you in another Eurovision analysis video very, 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 very soon. Goodbye.